What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'll be testing Witcher 3 running on Xbox Series X. Now this game has never been enhanced for Series consoles, but that doesn't necessarily mean that this game doesn't take advantage of the extra power that is in the box, right? And obviously I'm talking about mainly Xbox Series X, but to a degree, some benefits will also translate to Xbox Series S version of this game as well. So, first of all, this game offers both dynamic resolution scaling, which depending on how much GPU power you've got, the more you've got, the higher resolution. And also, there's uncapped frame rate, meaning that there is 60 frames per second mode, which on Xbox One X, because this game has been enhanced for Xbox One X, was running, well, anything between 40 to 60 frames per second. And especially over here in Novigrad, because there's a lot of stuff going on there, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of buildings, so this part of the town, this part of the game, Xbox One X was running at around 45 frames per second, right? While on Series X it's locked 60, and I mean it, like it's locked 60, super smooth, 60 frames per second. And also just the fact alone that it's it's dynamic resolution, but looks to be very close to 4K. I mean, the game is very sharp, so even if it's not native 4K all the time, it's pretty close, I would say, right? I mean, I didn't really notice any significant resolution drops, to be honest with you. Nothing that I would actually notice, right? And as you can see, there's a lot of stuff going on over here, like, you know, there's rain, there's all kinds of like reflections, there's people in the, you know, walking the streets and stuff. So yeah, even if I use any of the magic and stuff, it's 60 frames per second all the time. And the game actually looks good, right? I know that it's pretty much Xbox One version, I think, because I don't think there's been any texture resolution changes to Xbox One X version. So yeah, graphics wise, it's pretty much the same game. But like I said many times before, resolution actually makes a difference, because, you know, when you've got a game running at higher resolution, then obviously all the assets actually look better as well. So yeah, like this is one of the biggest advantages of these next gen systems. When you've got a game that has unlocked frame rate and, you know, dynamic resolution, then the game will run better and look better at the same time. And like I said, it's locked 60 frames per second. All the details are, you know, clearly visible and stuff. Like, the game just looks good, and it feels good to play as well. By the way, sorry about the Polish subtitles and menus. I forgot to change it before I started recording the video, but you know, it's not about the story, it's not about the language of the menus, it's about how well the game actually runs. And like you see, like I've been running around the city for a couple of minutes now, not a single frame rate dip, nothing that I would actually notice, right? Because, you know, people sometimes kind of focusing on, oh, there's one frame drop here in Digital Foundry video, but in reality you won't even notice that, right? So, you know, the game is very smooth, looks nice. Obviously it's a good old Witcher game. So if you've got Xbox Series X and you haven't played that game, or maybe you played that on Xbox One and stuff, you know, make sure you actually play it on Xbox Series X, because it makes a big difference. By the way, I'm not sure if you are aware, but CD Projekt Red promised that they will actually patch Witcher 3 for next generation consoles, meaning Series S, X and PlayStation 5. So for what does it mean actually for the game? Well, it means that they apparently are planning to increase graphics fidelity, so more objects, more details, and maybe better textures. And I've heard some rumors about ray tracing, but I'm not really sure whether that's really going to happen. I did play Witcher 3 on PC as well, and it looks significantly better. Better textures and better graphics overall, and 60 and 4K and whatever, right? Even at lower resolutions, the game on PC just looks better because like textures are better, more objects, more stuff going on, obviously. So yeah, I mean, the game looks great, plays great as well. By the way, on Xbox Series S, I would imagine that you're going to get 1080p 60 frames per second, which is obviously a big win over Xbox One version anyway. So yeah, I mean, you can't really go wrong with this one, to be honest. Let's burn that rabbit. Maybe not. Anyway, I'm looking for some monsters and stuff, but I can't find any. Doesn't matter. But guys, by the way, also don't forget the fact that if you've got this game installed on your internal drive, then the game will load faster as well, much faster. Even the fast travel works much faster. Now I've got this game installed on my external hard drive, so I'm not really taking advantage of it, but it's still loading faster than on Xbox One. But if you're going to get that installed on internal SSD or the SSD card that Xbox sells, then obviously it's just a matter of seconds between the loading screens and stuff, right? So the game loads much faster. It's still a very good looking game, and you know, it's overall very good game as well. So you know, really can't go wrong with this particular game. I'm just kind of curious what's really the enhancements going to be like for that game on series consoles. Yeah, it's going to be interesting couple of months because there's a lot of good games coming out and a couple of updates as well. Cyberpunk 2077 is supposed to get an Xbox Series and PlayStation 5 upgrade as well. So let's hope CD Projekt will deliver. Looks like CD Projekt Red actually promised quite a lot of goods. We just have to wait for it, but sounds like it's not really long of a wait anymore. So guys, that's the video, that's the game. Like I said, give this game a try, especially if you've got series consoles. By the way, when it comes to PlayStation 5, on PlayStation 5 this game is still locked to 30 frames per second. The resolution may be high, like higher than on PlayStation 4, but it's still 30. It's 60 only on Xbox consoles, so that's a benefit, I guess. So guys, that's the video. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks for support, really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you happen to like videos like that. There's obviously going to be more in the future. And have a good day. Take care.